Things I wish my mom told me about dating as a 37-year-old. Grab your comfort blanket, your tea, whatever you're gonna need, because you're gonna need it.
I'm 54, and if you're younger than me, I would love to share some of the things that no one ever told me at your age. Stop accepting breadcrumbs from people and calling it a meal. You're starving your heart. You can never be his peace when he's your source of chaos. Never lower your standards just because you're tired of waiting on God's timing. A man who's emotionally unavailable is not a mystery to solve. He's a dead end. If he only acts right when you're pulling away, he's treating you like a challenge and not a priority. A man who respects you will never keep you waiting for clarity or commitment. Stop holding on to the memories of who he was and pay attention to who he's showing you he is right now. If he's not adding to your life, he's just taking up space. You're not a therapist. Stop trying to heal what he refuses to even address. Stop giving second chances to someone who wasted the first. And you don't need closure. His actions were loud enough. Remember, always choose you. Hope that helps.
Never take relationship advice from an older Christian woman who have been married for a long time. Take it from a woman who have been around the block, divorced, single, and is now back in a relationship. Those women will never lead you astray. A Christian woman will see your man hurting you and still encourage you to stay in the relationship.
When I was younger, I liked the idea of dating older men. And now as I get older, I get cringe when I see these older men trying to go for females half their age. And I've came to the conclusion that it's because women their age don't tolerate the BS that they want to put out to the world. Women their age are not keeping up with their nonsense, so they go to the younger girls that they can mold and manipulate because they're more naive. At this point, some of them even give me like pervert vibes. This woman is just getting to know the world and you want to come into it and mess it up at her age? Girls, please don't fall for it. Please don't.
I love my husband, but I wasn't in love like I had been, like you get so in love that you can feel it. I wasn't like that with my husband, but with him then it was easier to get along with him because I didn't, as long as he was honest with me. If he went out, you think I worried about he had a woman?
No.
Because I guess growing up with boys helped me. Because the ones that thought he was so good was the one he was cheating on. So you can't guess what no man is doing. You just don't give a fuck.
I know that's right.
As long as he treats you right and do what he's supposed to do.
That's what's important.
I'm not here to scold you. I'm here to save you time. Because time is the one thing nobody refunds, especially men who show up with vibes, excuses, and a half-eaten promise.
Being single is a luxury, and you should enjoy it. Being child-free is a luxury. Don't rush it. Men will have schmecks with a McChicken. You're not special. That girl's not better than you. He just likes her. Your friends don't hate your boyfriend for no reason. If you've never seen the inside of his home, he has a girlfriend, or worse, a wife. If you have to question if he likes you, he does not like you. You don't look good drunk, he's going to take advantage of you. He's not busy, he just doesn't want to talk to you. He's talking to more women. There's more women. Every time. Yes, that's emotional cheating. Those DMs, that's emotional cheating. He's gaslighting you. No real man cares that you have kids. That's a boy. You don't need that new outfit. That new date has not seen you in it. You'll be just fine. Yes, he will think about you after the breakup. No, you should not take him back. His money is your money. Your money is your money. Do not answer that 3 a.m. text. Do not answer it. Never. And any man who doesn't agree with that is not for you. There is no rush to get married. It is literally slavery. If he's not benefiting you, he's taking away. They all cheat. They all cheat. Married, single, they all cheat. Yes, you need to save money. You need to have a savings account. Don't touch it. Save. Go to the dentist. Men look at your teeth. It's one of the first things they look at. Go get that haircut. Your friends won't tell you, but your ends look like shit. If you don't have double what you're about to spend, don't spend it. And this last one may be harsh, but only like 1% of men are dateable or even eligible to be married. The rest, kick them to the curb. I love you.
What a lot of women don't realize is your biggest downfall will come from trusting a man or feeling sorry for a man. Oh, but I feel bad for him. Oh, I don't want to hurt his feelings. He would hurt your feelings. A man will never hesitate to choose himself. Even him being with you, treating you well, is him choosing himself. You are just receiving the benefit of that. If he's treating you well, taking you out, all of that, it's because he gets to have you in his life. It benefits him. It makes him happy. Because look how quick these men switch up when they decide they don't want you anymore. They will always choose themselves. They will always put their own needs first. And you need to learn from that and adopt the same behavior and put yourself first. Speak your truth. Ask for what you want. Or if you don't want to be with him anymore, let him know. Stop giving people endless chances. Stop feeling bad for them. They behave how they want. Then when they apologize and they were like, oh, I miss you and all of this, you feel sorry for them. When they are just manipulating you, they're just saying what they need to say to get what they want from you. You can't be like, oh, I want to have more confidence. I want things to be better in my life. But when it comes to you choosing yourself and prioritizing your needs and what you want, you don't. You start worrying about how other people feel. You prioritize their feelings instead of your own. And I'm not saying you have to be horrible about it. Your delivery can be kind and you can consider people's feelings, but you will prioritize your own. So prioritize your peace and never hesitate to pick yourself.
If you're young, listen closely. Stop calling crumbs a feast. That's not low expectations, that's emotional malnutrition. Your heart is hungry, not dramatic. Here's a truth nobody puts on a cute quote graphic. You cannot be someone's peace if they are your personal tornado. That's not love, that's disaster relief. And you don't need a hard hat to date. Also, stop romanticizing confusion. If you're Googling, what does it mean when it means he doesn't like you enough to be clear. Mystery novels are fun. Mysterious men are a waste of good skincare.
Saw this video circulating of this young lady talking about middle-aged women and we mad, mean, miserable, and lonely, right? And that we missed our opportunity to have a good man, and that's why we out here, we just lonely. First of all, let me just clear something up, right? Majority of us middle-aged women, because I consider myself a middle-aged woman, I'm 46 years old. A lot of us are single by choice. Not because we missed our opportunity, but just for the simple fact that the caliber of men that's out here now, to me, in my opinion, are not even worth dating or having a relationship with. And the fact that a lot of you young girls, because a lot of y'all are 20 years younger than me, but you look like you're my age. And that's because you living hard. You know, you doing the age that you are now versus the age we were back then. You all are doing way more for way less with these men. Extremely big difference in the mentality of the men when I was your age versus the mentality of the men now that you all are with. We're not missing out on nothing. You know what I mean? You all are the ones that's out here feeling, the pressures of social media. So you out here, posting flowers that you bought for yourself. You done took a trip that you paid for on your credit card. You still waiting on him to pay your credit card off. We didn't have to do all of that. See, the men back in my day, when I was your age, they put us in cars, paid cash for cars, put us in cars, put us in cribs. If we already had our own apartment, they paid the rent up for 6 months. You're not getting that. But you claim that we mad and miserable and lonely. We deal with men when we feel like it. You all feel this social pressure from social media to post all of this fake narrative like you in this happy relationship. Us us middle-aged women, we know how to get, what we need and push them on to the side, tell them to get gone. Y'all want to move them in, let them sleep, in a house that you got on your own. He not even contributing. He not paying no bills, really. You footing the whole relationship. But the fact that you can be on pictures with this man, and I'm going to tell you something else. All the stuff that you post and everything that you got, that you claiming that he bought, but you really bought yourself, you ain't doing shit but giving him the attention of about 10, 20 other women because they feeling like he didn't bought this for you. He could do it for them. You giving these men way more action and attention than if you were just to fuck with him on your time and terms and keep him a secret and let him get on about his business. We don't feel that need to do that. We get what we need from them because we, you know, at the end of the day, we all know the best action or the best sex comes from the worst type of man. Another major difference in us middle-aged women versus you young girls is the simple fact that the things that we acquired when we were dealing with those men that were taking care of us, buying us cribs, buying us cars, you know, a lot of us are still benefiting from those investments from back then. Where y'all gonna be 20 years from now? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just recently sold a house that was bought for me from a guy that I dated, you know, and I put that money in my Navy Federal and flipped it into a Navy Federal CD, earning 4.5% interest on that money that's just sitting there while I'm waiting on the market to crash so I can go buy me a duplex. You understand what I'm saying? We make better moves with our money. But you have the nerves to sit up here and say that we mad and miserable and lonely. How? Y'all out here pretending to be cared for by a man that don't give a shit about you. Half of y'all are out here wouldn't have men if you wasn't spending money. It's just like y'all getting pimped and played.
I'm in my 80s and I'm going to tell you some hard truths. Number one, don't waste time feeling sorry for yourself.
Don't worry.
People move on, and so should you. Number two, you always have to welcome new challenges. If you're not willing to take risks, then you'll never succeed. Number three, stay happy.
I'm happy now.
Even if it doesn't feel like it, talk yourself into it. Just keep saying, I'm having a great time and I'm happy. Stop wasting energy on things that you cannot control.
It doesn't matter.
Number four, always seek knowledge. It's your most powerful weapon. And lastly, always invest in yourself. Always invest in your dreams and your projects and things that are important to you.
I'm a 40-year-old single mom that just started dating this year after 6 years of being out of the scene. And I'm going to fill you in on how it's been going. So I decided to start dating this year because my daughter basically bullied me into it and told me that I was pretty much a lonely loser. Because I'm very much an introvert and I love staying at home unless I'm traveling. If I'm not traveling all over the globe, then I'm most likely at my house in my comfies doing a little puzzle. Agreed that I would get back into the dating scene and like just see how it goes. And basically this is how it's gone. If you don't remember the avocado guy, this was a guy that I went on a date with. He said he was going to grill burgers, ended up microwaving burgers, asked me what I wanted on mine. I said avocado. He said he went to the grocery store to get it. And when I was at his house making the burgers, he had no avocado because he said, ew, I don't like avocado. I'm not going to have that in my house. Immediate block. Next was the diver guy, and this guy was really nice, and we had a couple good dates, but there were a few red flags as far as like character and empathy are concerned. He had a weird dislike for homeless people. But what ultimately did it is when he fake booked a room on our vacation by like looking it up and finding it on the internet or whatever, and was like, oh, hey, by the way, I booked a room on the cruise that you and your daughter are going on this weekend. If that's the only way I get to see you, then I guess that's how I'll get to see you. And that whole thing ended up being a lie. He like never booked the room. He said he booked the room to, I guess, see how I would react, thinking I was going to be excited. I wasn't excited. And then he faked sick and said he canceled his room. Also during this time, I was kind of talking with this guy, this Russian guy. He was 6 years younger than me, super sweet. We had a lot of great times together, going out downtown St. Pete, all this fun stuff, right? He even came to yoga on the beach with me. Like, this poor guy. But then, out of the blue, he just ghosted. Like, I didn't hear from him literally until yesterday. So it's been, 3.5 months maybe. In his text, he said he's been working and he's been out of the country as well. And so I'm like, okay, but like, no text? Red flag. Okay, then there was the guy the fleshlight guy who I went on one date with, and I probably don't think I did a story about him, but we went to dinner, or we were supposed to go meet at this restaurant. I asked him if he makes reservations, and he said no, he hadn't made reservations. So I get there a little bit early because I know it's a busy place, and I make sure I get our name on the list so that way we can get a table. I let him know, like, hey, I got here a little bit early, put our name on the list. He's like, fabulous. He gets to the restaurant, all of a sudden decides that he's not hungry and he doesn't want to sit down and eat. And to me, that's a sign that like he's just not into me. Like, he doesn't want to waste his money on dinner because he's not that into me. That's fine. But he suggests going for a walk. So I'm like, sure, let's go for a walk. We're walking, we're talking, and he basically admits to me that he's addicted to his fleshlight, and that he's looking for a woman that's going to be like able to fulfill that for him. And while I think that's super awesome that he knows what he's in touch with, like physically, this was our first date. I just let him know that I didn't feel like there was any chemistry, like, after our walk. And then he was like, oh, hey, by the way, I wrote a book and I'd like to send it to you and get your opinion on it and see, like, what you think. Like, sir, no, you're trying to take from me even more. You're trying to take my time, my energy, and my review. No, I'm good. Then I went on a couple dates with the Are You Sure guy. And this guy just very low self-esteem, very, like, attractive guy, great sense of humor, loved chatting with him, but he was so insecure that every time we plan a date, he'd be like, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Like, bro, if I'm telling you I'm available and that I want to go on, like, hang out, do this thing, like, that means I'm sure. So ultimately, his insecurities were the nail in the coffin for him. Sorry. And then there's Coffee Guy. Coffee Guy I really liked. We'd get together, drink coffee, work. We'd, like, meet at a place and we'd work virtually together and we would just, like, chat and catch up and be able, like, it was just so nice to have that connection with somebody. But then he broke up with me and we weren't even, like, exclusive. We were literally just meeting up, like, having coffee and doing work. And he said, I am falling in love with you, and that is a red flag for me. And that was it. Now, he has messaged me a few times since then, like, telling me that he misses me, he wants to get back together. Not back together, but he's like, hey, we should go have a coffee date again, like, go and get some work done. He's like, I really miss working next to you. It's kind of like body doubling, you know? And so it was definitely just, like, friendship vibes. Well, at least I thought, because homeboy, like, fell in love. And then there was the guy that I didn't even make it to a date with, who I automatically knew that he wasn't going to be somebody that I was going to want to date. We had a phone date, okay? And I'm down for phone dates. Like, I'm totally okay with that. This guy's a firefighter about, like, an hour and a half away. But immediately when we get on the phone, he tells me, like, hey, I have a KINK for breeding. And then he asked me how wide my hips are. Mind you, this is someone I was texting with for like 3 weeks and everything seemed totally normal. First phone call, this is what he leads with. I just told him, I was like, I really don't feel comfortable discussing my KINKS with you right now. I don't think we're aligned in that aspect, but, like, it was great chatting with you. So there have been, like, some, like, pen pals along the way, people that, like, I text with, and I'm like, no, like, I'm good, no. But anyway, that's where we're at. And then I have a story for you that I'm going to share on the next video.
Lowering your standards because you're tired isn't being flexible. That's just negotiating against yourself. God's timing doesn't need your exhaustion to speed it up. Let me say this gently, but firmly. An emotionally unavailable man is not a puzzle. He's a wall. You don't solve walls, you walk around them. If he only acts right when you're halfway out the door, congratulations, you're not a priority, you're a challenge mode, and this is not a video game. Pay attention to behavior, not nostalgia. Memories will lie to you, patterns will not. You are not a rehab center, you are not his therapist, and you don't get extra credit for seeing his potential while he refuses to see a calendar, a boundary, or a mirror. Second chances are cute when the first chance was a mistake. They're reckless when the first chance was a choice. And closure? Baby, his actions already gave you a PowerPoint presentation. No Q&A needed. Now, let's talk about the biggest scam nobody warned us about. The idea that your worth peaks at being chosen.
I got you. People with anxious attachment styles will typically gravitate towards people who have avoidant attachment styles because something about that avoidant person reminds them of someone from their past who they really wanted attention from but never gave it to them. Men typically have more daddy issues than women do. If the person that you're in a relationship with or dating never applauds your efforts, they're jealous of you. Men who lead with their wallets are very lame without the money. Women who require you to spend money on them before you take them on a date are broke. Women give up their cat for free to dudes who don't deserve it all the time. So if that woman is not messing with you like that, you have absolutely no game or any type of charisma. If you're over 30, you cannot build with anyone. They have to come with their stuff, you have to come with your stuff, and then y'all multiply it. If you are under 30 and you say that you are building with someone, but you're really building the other person while they're leaving you in the dirt, stop doing that. It's stupid. Men do prefer women that don't wear makeup. Not because they don't appreciate that you took the time out to put the makeup on, but they want to see what you really look like and not the character that you created. If a man is always wearing a hat, not only is he hiding a receding hairline, he has a lot of other skeletons in the closet. When women have healthy relationships with their mothers, they will typically have healthy relationships with a partner. If a man has a possessive mother, he will be very hard to date because either he will never put you before his mother or his mother's going to find a way to always intrude in your relationship. Bye.
About a year ago, I started dating men who are like 15 to 20 years older than me. This would mean men in their late 30s, early 40s, mid 40s. And I just want to point out, men are all the same. I quickly learned that age does not equate to maturity. Even better, age does not equate to enlightenment. And men that are around like their 20s to early 30s, mid 30s, I personally feel like they still have a glimmer of hope and light and just optimism about them. And they are 100% my preference to date, just based on being spontaneous, enjoying life in the moment, etc. But the men in their 40s who primarily date women in their 20s. Something I've learned as to be consistent with these types of men, especially if they've never been married, because they will wear that with a badge of honor. They'll say, I've never been married, I've never been divorced. Those men, the reason why they're single is because they have yet to bring peace into a woman's life. I think they will never change. And if they do end up married, it's going to be very late in life where they'll have no choice but to settle because nobody's going to fall for their games and the money simply just won't hit the same. But yeah, those types of men are usually scorned and have been left by women on a consistent basis. And then like an added part to that is if you aren't a peaceful person in general, people are going to be inauthentic towards you. So these types of men have this ideology that all women lie. But the reality is the women that they've had have had to lie to themselves in order to be comfortable with whatever the man had to offer her in the time being. But she never really wanted to be with him because they are unpeaceful. Like they have no peace.
Marriage, babies, rings, dresses, applause. Cool, if that's what you want. But if the goal is to shrink yourself into dependency and call it romance, that's not a dream, that's a system. The real flex? Your own money, your own mind, your own place to sleep without negotiating peace. Notice how men are told build first, then settle? Women are told settle first, then figure it out. That's not tradition, that's strategy. Because when you can stand on your own, you don't interview men for survival, you observe them for compatibility. Big difference. Be selfish with your time. Not cruel, not careless, just intentional. If a man can't respect that, he doesn't respect you. And if you're losing sleep wondering what he's doing, meanwhile he's snoring peacefully, you already know the answer.
Dating an older woman is not for the weak. Let's talk about it. Make sure you watch my video to the end, like, subscribe, and share. And if you're not following me, why not? So dating an older woman is not for the weak, because especially if the older woman is very confident and tap into her goddess energy. You see, an older woman comes with a lot of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And if she decides to give you a chance to come into her life, it's because she wants to give back to society and she wants to teach you. And so, as a young man trying to get with an older lady, I want you to understand that you will not be the leader in the relationship and that you need to be humble, because that older lady is going to teach you knowledge and understanding that you will never have before. Especially when it comes into the bedroom, the older woman is going to give you a lot of criticism and feedback because you have no experience and you don't know what you are doing. And so by the time she's done with you, you are going to be a skill lover. Also in life, the older lady is going to guide and show you, because you don't have any knowledge to teach her. You don't have any wisdom and understanding, because she have been there, done that, and then she's going to show you. So a lot of you who thinking that when you're with an older lady it's going to be peaceful and she's more agreeable, no, she's just not triggered by your simple manipulation that you think you are doing. And so if you're dating, and so know that it's not going to be easy, because she's going to push you and trigger you to be a better version of yourself. And whatever you think that you're doing now, that you think that it is the best, she is going to push you and inspire you to be more, do more, because whatever you're doing now, she wants more. All right?
Here's the part that makes people uncomfortable. Men choose themselves every single day. Even when they choose you, it's because it benefits them. So stop feeling guilty for doing the same. Speak up. Ask for what you want. And if you don't want him anymore, say that too. You can be kind and firm, but never sacrifice your peace to protect someone else's comfort. Being single is not a punishment, it's a luxury. Being child-free is not a failure, it's a choice. And aging, that's not bitterness, that's clarity with receipts. Older women aren't mad, we're just no longer impressed by the bare minimum wrapped in confidence. So choose yourself early, choose yourself loudly, choose yourself even when your voice shakes. Because real power isn't being picked, it's picking you every single time. Hope that helps.